Hello, everyone. Good morning. Okay, we're just 25 at this moment. Okay, anyway, it's already time, so we can start. And guys, do you see already the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay, good.
Kita po, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. We are starting, or we are on the introductory part of trigonometry. Can you hear me? Unstable daw yung internet ko eh. Nagsisimula na naman to.
Opo, rinig po.
Rinig
Okay.
po.
Okay, thank you. Again, we are on the introductory part of trigonometry. Though you have already discussed a minor topic from trigonometry when you were in grade 9. Am I correct? And I think also saan ba? In physics, we're also using trigonometry to solve problems, correct? So I'm expecting that you have already a very good background on the basics or the foundations of trigonometry. Okay, pero we're still going to touch them somehow. And if you have some questions, clarifications, please let me know. Kasi, okay, ito yung caution, guys. Palagi ko naman ito sinasabi eh. Pag introductory part ng lesson, dapat master nyo lahat ng definitions, ng properties, ng theorems, okay, ng postulates. Kasi siya yung pinakauna yung dapat na malaman. Kasi pag may mga na-miss kayo dyan, mahirapan kayo pagdating ng application or higher part ng topic. Okay? Habang maaga, let me know if there are some concerns or misconceptions, if there are topics or concept that you were not able to understand fully. Okay? Kung may mga duda kayo or doubts kayo sa sarili nyo with regard to understanding a given topic or concept in trigonometry, then let me know right away para magawa natin ang paraan. Okay? Para pagdating natin dun sa higher part, hindi na kayo mahihirapan. Okay? Madali na lang sa inyo yun. So, it is advisable for the students to feel ano ba, to have difficulties in learning, okay, the basics, as long as once they have already mastered, then they would easily cope up with the higher level of the topic, okay, or the lessons of about the topic. Ganun lang naman yun eh. Okay lang yun na mahirapan sa una. Basta sa dulo, okay na. Ang hindi maganda, class, hindi ka nahihirapan sa una, okay? Pero pagdating sa dulo, hirap na hirap ka. Yun yung problema doon. Alright? Kasi parang it's too late to remediate. Kasi ang dami mo ng backlogs na kailangang balikan at i-relearn para makasunod ka pa rin. Okay? Now, a very good example of that is the grade grade 11. Yung grade 11 ngayon. Kasi by February, kailan ba yun? By February kasi nag-leave na ako noon last year. And then by March, first week of March, nagkaroon ng, tawag dito? Ng GCQ, di ba? Nagkaroon ng suspension of classes due to coronavirus. So, nangyari, more on module lang kami. Wala masyadong video conferencing. That time, ang topic namin ay trigonometry introduction. Kaya ngayon, karamihan sa kanila medyo hirap sa trigo. It's because we were not able to discuss them fully. Kasi module lang kami palagi. Okay? Pero ngayon, mas maganda because we have VCs. Alright? So, let's go back. Sinasabi ko to, I'm wasting my time reminding you here about this because this is very important. I will not be wasting my time reminding you this if it's not very important. Okay? All right. Now, eto class yung unit circle. Siya yung pinaka origin ng lahat-lahat sa trigonometry. Kumbaga, dito iikot yung mundo natin sa trigonometry. Pag hindi mo to alam, hindi mo alam yung susunod. Para siyang, ito yung addition, subtraction, division. Parang ito yung mga numbers ng trigonometry na gagamitin natin. Okay? Dapat memorize mo itong mga values na to, yung nakapalibot na yan, and the angles and the radian measures, and where to find them. Okay? Yan, mga, etong square root of 3 over 2, 1/2, the point square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. Saan ba siya? Anong angle siya? 45, ganyan. So, dapat memorize niyo yan. Okay, sinasabi ko na memorize ha. Dati familiarize lang eh. Ngayon, dapat mas maganda kung memorize para mas mabilis ng mag-cope up sa susunod na lesson natin. Okay? So again, this is just like a numbers that we are going to deal with in trigonometry. Iba na kasing we're now on a different world. Kaya, okay. So before we discuss this, although I'm going to discuss how we get everything, okay, mas maganda kasi na malaman niyo kung paano siya kinukuha without memorizing them. Mas maganda yon. Ako kasi hindi ko siya memorize, pero alam ko kung paano siya kunin. Alright? Okay, wait lang. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to discuss everything. Okay, so now our module 11 is all about angle measures. When we talk about angle measures, we're talking about geometry, diba? We're done with geometry. Although there are certain or small little application of geometry here in trigonometry kasi para silang magkapatid. Para silang kambal, okay, may common. And then angle measures, but the angle measures here are in different concept with the angle measures that we talk about with geometry lessons. All right. Okay. So in geometry, an angle is defined, tandaan to, as union. Okay, let me just change the color. An angle is defined as the union of two rays with common endpoint. So these are two rays and they share common endpoint M, and it forms an angle. Diba? That's the definition in geometry, which is actually true. Okay, and the two rays are called the sides. Eto sides to, extended indefinitely. Okay, I mean, and the common endpoint is called the vertex. So that's a very basic, very elementary, diba? So, however, in trigonometry, there are additional sides. Okay, now we have the initial side and the terminal side. The initial side is the side MN, and the terminal side is the side ML. So at this, sorry, in figure 1, this is a positive angle because it starts, or its direction, its behavior is a counterclockwise direction. Nakuha guys? Parang baliktad, di ba? So ang clockwise pala direction is negative or produces negative angle, while the counterclockwise direction produces positive angles. And that is true. Okay? Huwag malilito dyan. So sa geometry, there are no negative angles, but in trigonometry, meron. Okay? So again, initial side is the MN and the terminal side is the ML. Okay, the Mobile Legends. Sir, paano mo nalaman na initial side siya? Okay, that's a good question. Dapat tinatanong nyo yung mga ganon, unless alam nyo na yon. Okay. Bakit siya initial side? Because the angle started here. Alright? What do you mean by angle? Okay, the side started here. Kumbaga class, para siyang, okay, just imagine the hour hand. So, wag ng hour hand. The minute hand started at 3 o'clock. Kaso, counterclockwise direction yung clock natin. Okay, so, ito yung 3, and then, nag-click siya papunta dito. And that side becomes ML from MN. So, why is it different side? It's because this side is different, or it can be located on a different part of the plane, diba? Magkaiba na sila kasi they are of different planes. So MN becomes ML, and the ML becomes the terminal side of the initial side MN. Okay? Dinidiscuss ko kasi kailangan siya mamaya. Okay, so nakuha yung guys. Walang tanong. Kinakabahan ako sa inyo, wala kayong tanong. Bahala kayo. Magaya kayo sa grade 11. Okay, next. Figure 2, negative angle. So let's say this is the angle given. That's angle NML, okay, or LMN. And, okay, paano ba? the initial side is the MN and the terminal side is the ML. However, the direction of the angle is clockwise, which means it has a negative measure of an angle. So pag ganito, pag clockwise, ayan. So just imagine class yung clock, that's negative, okay? And pag reverse natin yung clock, that's positive angle. It forms positive angles. Nakuha yon? So pag kina-counter mo, nagpa-positive siya. Pag clockwise, negative siya. Okay? Now, what do we call those angles which are in standard position? Okay. When we say angles in standard position, we are referring it, we are basing it from the Cartesian plane or from the x and y coordinate plane. And an angle is said to be standard or in standard position when its vertex is at the origin. So ito yun. Tandaan yung mga conditions ha. So it's the first condition. It is at the origin. At ano pa? Its initial side lies along the positive x-axis. Ito. So pag ang initial side ay naglalay sa x-axis, yung angle na nakuform niya ay ano? Nasa standard position. Okay? So yan yung magiging basis natin. So kahit anong angle na gawin mo dito or i-construct mo dito, as long as its vertex is at the origin and its initial side lies along the x-axis, positive x-axis ha, kasi may dalawang x-axis tayo. Positive x-axis, then that angle is called standard position, okay? Or in standard position. Now, sir, how about the positive and negative? Can we still consider them as in standard position? Yes, because from the given definition, there are only two conditions that should be met. Number one, origin. Number two, the initial side should lie along the positive x-axis. So wala tayong pakialam kung ano yung direction, okay? Ano yung behavior ng angle, kung positive man siya or negative. Ang alam lang natin, nasa standard position siya. So when you say standard position, it could be negative or positive. Nakuha guys? Ayan, long test yun true or false. Nakuha yon, class.
Yes, sir. Yes, po,
Oh,
sir.
isa lang, dalawa lang nakakuha. Very bad. Okay. So, now, here, since we're talking about angles, alam niyo naman, may idea naman kayo sa angles, di ba? Since we have already discussed that. Now, the angles in a coordinate plane is just like the angles in geometry. Okay, imagine the circumference of a circle divided into 360 equal arcs. So, ito yung circle na to, and it is divided into 360 degrees equal arcs. Okay, sir, paano yun? Etong arcs na to, di ba 360 yan? I-divide mo lang siya into 360 by putting a tick mark. Ito, mga ganyan. Para siyang clock, guys. Kaso lang, yung clock, divided into hours. The 1, 2, 3 to 12, di ba? Pero, bilangin mo na lang yung tick marks niya. Yung tick marks niya, yung minute, yun yung nagdi-divide ng 360. Okay? Hindi pala. Kasi by 6 degrees yun eh. Dito kasi ang ginawa niya ay by 10. Pwede naman. Okay? Wait lang. 360 divided by D1 dapat, di ba? Okay. Yeah, depende kung paano mo siya i-divide. Basta, you can divide it in so many ways. Pwedeng 12, pwedeng 60, pwedeng 10, or whatever. Ganyan. Basta ma-divide mo siya into equal parts. Okay. So here, the angle subtended at the center of the circle by one of these equal arcs measures 1 degree. Okay. Sir, bakit 1 degree yung measure ng arc niya? Di ba we have already discussed the arc length, guys? Okay, ito yung arc length natin. Ano yung measure ng arc length dito? Anyone? Okay. If this is a 1 radius circle, what's the measure of the arc length here? Ano nga ba yung formula ng arc length natin? Arc length is equal to, na-discuss na natin ito, di ba? Theta r. Okay, may nasa waiting room. Theta r. What is the measure of the angle? The measure of the angle is 10 degrees. And the radius is 1, therefore it's 10 degrees. So 10 degrees din to. Okay? Kasi nga, bakit equal yung arc length dun sa angle measure niya? Ayan. It's because it is a central angle, di ba? Do you still remember the geometry concept? The central angle is always equal to its subtended arc, di ba? Okay, so 10 degrees siya. Pero sir, paano natin i-imagine yung 10 degrees since we're talking about length? Oy, may idea ka doon, di ba? Paano natin siya i-conceptualize? Degrees tapos length? Hindi naman sir unit of measure and degree for length, di ba? Okay, for dimension ng polygons or ng whatever type of polygons. Yeah, you have a point there. But there is a way in trigonometry to convert this degree measure to another measure, which is called radian. Okay, later I will discuss. All right. So, half a circle. Oh, by the way, quarter of a circle. Alam nyo na to dapat because we already talked about the area. Okay, quarter of a circle is 90 degrees. So therefore, there are 4 quarters in the circle. Okay, there are 4 90s in the circle. We have 90, the other one is 90 here, 90 dito, 90 dito. Dapat alam nyo na yan, okay? Nakuha guys. And of course, half of the circle is 180 degrees and the other half is 180 because the total is 360. That's very elementary. Okay, so angle measure in radians. Ito na. Sir, ano po ba yung gustong sabihin ng radian? Hindi ko magets. Pareho silang measure. Di ba sir, pareho sila ng angle measures? The degree and the radians. Yeah, you're correct there. Pero what's the difference between the two, sir? Okay, yun ang pinakamagandang tanong. It means nag-iisip ka doon. So, conventionally, we use the degree measure to measure the arc length. Okay? Yeah, that's correct. And however, we cannot conceptualize, or it's hard to conceptualize, and it's hard to quantify, tama? It's hard to quantify or to measure the arc length, okay? And it's hard to conceptualize the arc length with the use of degree measure. Okay? Nakuha yun guys ha. Unless yung iba sobrang galing, nakuha nila, na-conceptualize nila yung degree measure dun sa arc length. Parang nare-relate nila, na-i-imagine nila kung gaano kahaba yung isang degree measure with the use of the arc length. Okay, very good ka doon. Pero ako medyo hirap ako doon. Kaya I usually convert what's this? Degree measure to radian. Okay. So, sir, ano ba yung radian measure? Okay, sabi dito, in a unit circle, so when you say unit circle, it is a circle with radius 1. All right? Again, unit circle lang siya. 1 radian, written as 1 rad. Sometimes we don't write the word rad because it's understood by conventional agreement. Okay, it's understood that 1 means rad. Pag wala siyang degree, if we are talking about angle, now automatically it is a radian measure. Understood, guys? True or false? 1 rad or 1 radian is an angle measure formed when a central angle intercepts an arc of the unit circle with length 1 unit. In figure 5, theta is equal to 1 radian. When we say theta, we're talking about the angle here. Okay, so the angle here is equal to 1 radian, and it is equal to the subtended or intercepted arc, which is 1 radian as well. Nakuha, guys? Sige, question. Oh, by the way, any question, guys, so far? You want? Pag wala kayong tanong, ako magtatanong. Okay, good. Walang tanong, sabi ni Sean. Ako magtatanong. Tingnan ko kung naintindihan. Gusto kong ma-check kung naintindihan nyo. Kasi kung hindi, wala. Hilaw na hilaw kayo sa trigonometry. Okay. Kung tayo. Tawag dito. Relay tayo. Tadan! Ayan. Rayburn. Katakis. Hindi nyo nakikita yung relay ha. Baka sabihin nyo namimili ako. Hindi. Okay. Rayburn? Okay. Rayburn, if it's okay, you may unmute your mic. Now, wait, nakalimutan ko tuloy tanong ko. Yay! Okay, sige, ganito. Rayburn, first question. Ala, first, may second yan, may third. Hindi ko alam kung kailan hihinto. Hihinto yan sa N, for sure. Okay, N is an integer. Oh, that's proving. Rayburn, how do you understand radian? Let's say 1 radian to be specific. You can unmute your mic para mas madali. Paano mo, ano ang pakakaintindi mo sa radian? So when you say, what's your opinion about radian? Oh, walang mali o tama dyan. Di ba? Opinion mo yan eh. Siyempre, it should conform with the given definition para maging tama ka. Rayburn?
Sir, for me, I visualize, since a circle po is made out of 2 pi radians, ganun po yung pag-visualize ko po sa radian. So, parang 6 radians and may putol po na radian to make up 1 circle.
Wait, nakat ka doon. Hindi ko alam kung internet ko or internet mo. Nakat ka sa, may isang part doon na nakat ka. You were thinking of 2 pi, which is the, yeah, that's right. 2 pi is the circumference of the circle, di ba? And 2 pi means radian yun. Very good ka doon. Okay. Pero ang question doon is, how do you conceptualize 1 radian? Hello, Rayburn?
Hello po, sir.
Yeah, sige, follow-up question. Very good ka sa una. Although hindi mo sinagot yung tanong ko, pero you gave me a very good concept about the radian, or how do you relate, okay, the radian to a complete circle, which is the circumference of the circle. Very good yun. Okay. Next question is, how do you, okay, sige, let's say I am a grade 6 student or grade 7 student. Rayburn, can you please explain to me what 1 radian means? Ganon. Or what 1 radian is all about? Parang try to illustrate or give me some a very good explanation for me to conceptualize what 1 radian is all about.
Sir,
Pag hindi alam, you may pass. Be honest.
the radian is the measure of the angle when the radius is when the arc length is equal to the radius.
Okay, ulitin mo.
Wait.
Guys, ipapa-explain ko yan sa long test ha. Bahala kayo. 5 points.
Sir,
Rayburn, yes, go.
the radian is the measure of the angle when when
When what? Tama naman yun eh. Kulang ka lang. May kulang pa.
when
Ano? Sige,
the
I'll give you a chance to
subtended
think. Sige, go.
the subtended arc of that angle is equal to 1 unit.
What mean by 1 unit? Kasi when we say 1 unit, the
Of a
unit
unit
there,
circle, sir.
1 unit. Okay, pwede rin. Yeah. Tama naman siya. Yun nga lang medyo hindi siya kompleto. Okay? Thank you, Rayburn. Thank you so much. Let's have one more.
Sir, can I
Okay.
try po?
Sure. Yan, gusto ko yan. Go, Pierce.
Sir, the measure of an angle when the radius is equivalent to the arc. When the measure of the radius is equivalent to the arc po.
The measure of the angle when the radius is equivalent to the arc.
Yes po.
Yes, tama naman siya. Kaso may kulang. Okay, sige. Gawin na natin. Sabi ni Pierce, tama yung sinabi ni Pierce, tama, may kulang lang. Sabi ni Pierce, it is the measure of an angle, ano nga ba yun? Wherein the measure of the radius is equal to the measure of the arc. Ayan,
Arc
very
length
good.
po, sir.
Okay, arc length, may dinagdag. Okay, tama naman siya, may kulang pa rin. May kulang na, the measure of the radius is equal to the measure of the subtended or intercepted arc. Okay? Dapat yung intercepted arc. Kasi ang dami-dami nating arcs dito or arc lengths. Diba? Saan mo kukunin yung arc length na yon? Siyempre, dun sa subtended or intercepted arc. Okay? Although napaka-technical naman yung kulang, pero tama naman yung sinabi ni Pierce. Okay, very good, Pierce. That's correct. Okay? I hope everybody understood what 1 radian is all about. Okay? Kasi gagamitin natin siya ng gagamitin. Okay. So, now, to explain it more, 1 radian, syempre, kailangan mathematically explained siya. Diba? Okay, dapat pinapakita, ini-illustrate. Okay. Our formula for arc length S is equal to theta r. Correct? And sabi natin, we're talking about radius 1, a unit circle. My God, out of time. 10 minutes na lang. Okay, so let's consider this as r is equal to 1, as mentioned in the definition. Okay, so S is equal to theta r, which is 1, and S is equal to theta. So ito yung sinasabi ni Pierce. The arc length is equal to the radius daw. Okay, radius of the unit circle, which is equal to 1. Okay, but the question there is, we're talking about the angle measure. Okay, so the angle measure is equal to S. So which means the angle measure here is equal to the arc length. Ano bang arc length na sinasabi natin? Of course, it should be the intercepted arc or the subtended, the arc subtended by the given angle. Okay? Now, since radian is an angle measure, using the formula S is equal to theta r, wait lang, so theta is equal to S over r. Diba? Okay, okay lang siya magiging 1 radian, 1 rad. Kailan magiging ang angle natin ay 1 radian? When S is equal to R. And of course, R is not equal to 0. Nakuha guys? So pag unit circle, ang radius mo ay 1, ang arc length mo rin ay 1. Okay? Nakuha, 1 unit. Tapos, kung ang radius mo dito ay 2, the arc length should be also equal to 2. Nakuha guys? Sir, paano mo sasabihin 1 or 2 yung arc length? Eh, wala naman siyang binigay na measure. And at the same time, the given angle is in degree. That's why we need to convert it to pi over 1/8, to radian measure, which is by multiplying it by pi over 180. Sir, bakit pi 1 over 180? 180? Because, ano nga ba yan? Because pi over 180, wait, sulat ko. Because pi over 180 degrees is equivalent to 1. So it means it's just like you're multiplying it by 1. You're doing it because you're trying to convert a given measure from one unit to another measure. Alright? Nakuha guys. So ito yung explanation kung bakit nagiging 1 radian yung measure niya. Diba? So for example, class, the degree measure is 40 degrees over 40 degrees. And this is equal to what? This is equal to 1 radian. This is equal to 1 unit, diba? And that's equal to 1 radian. Okay? Nakuha ba yon mu1? Ala, hindi ko na-record. My goodness. Ay, na-record pala. Ay, kinabahan ako doon. Okay. Naintindihan, class?
Yes, sir. Yes po,
Sarang,
sir.
dalawa na nakaintindi. Sabi ko sa inyo, pag hindi nyo naintindihan, magtanong, di ba? Okay. So, let's go to the conversion. Okay na tayo sa radian, ha? To convert angle measure. By the way, you were doing this in physics, correct? Conversion of radian to degree and degree to radian. Okay, good.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, good. Na-discuss ba kung bakit natin kino-convert sa physics? Ayan, no. Kasi hindi nila yung trabaho na mag-discuss ng mga ganyan. Sa math, dapat yan dinidiscuss. And I hope you have already conceptualized why we need to convert the degree to radian or radian to degree measures. Okay? So, now, how do we convert angle measures from degree to radians and vice versa? So, ganito. To convert from radians to degrees to radians, I mean, we multiply it by pi over 180 degrees. Sir, bakit pi over 180 degrees? Paano nakuha yung ganyang multiplier? Okay, for example, we have, 90 degrees. Paano mo to i-convert into radians, sir? We multiply it by pi over 180 degrees. Sir, bakit pi over 180 nga? Bakit hindi 180 over pi? Di ba? Ang kulit ni sir eh. Okay. Bakit pi over 180 degrees? Kasi ganito. Kasi class, kailangan natin matanggal si degree measure. Okay? Yung degree na unit. So, para matanggal yan, malamang kailangan natin i-divide siya ng another degree. Angle measure in degree. Di ba? So, I can cancel this. I can cancel this. Sabi nga natin, degree is a unit. So, when we cancel unit like 2 centimeters over 4 centimeters, ang pangit. Okay. Wala. Over 4 centimeters, di ba kinakancel natin yung unit, nagiging siyang 1/2 na lang, di ba? So, ganun din dito. So, this becomes pi over 2. Okay? That's why, class, 90 degrees is pi over 2. So, eto yung 90, di ba? This is pi over 2. Nakuha. So, ganyan. Sir, paano naman kung, 2 pi, sir? Paano natin to, sir, i-convert into degree measure? We multiply it by 180 degrees to pi. Okay? Sir, bakit 180 degrees over pi? Ba't hindi na lang pi over 180 degrees? Kasi nga, di ba, this 2 pi is in radian measure. So, kailangan natin siyang i-divide by radian measure also para makancel natin yung unit na radian. Di ba? Parang ganun yung concept, guys. Okay? And eventually, once we cancel that, the unit becomes degree. So we already converted radian to degree measure. So I can cancel the pi here. So kahit wala kang makancel dito, class, okay lang yan. Ang nakakancel din naman yung unit dyan eh. Yun ang pinaka-importante. 360 degrees, which is equivalent to 2 pi. 2 pi is the circumference of a unit circle, di ba? And sabi nga natin, a circle is composed of 360 degrees. So 2 pi is equivalent to 360 degrees. Okay? I hope it makes sense. Okay? Nakuha. Alright. Ang talaga kailangan 2 hours. Okay. Para ma-explain ng lahat-lahat. Pag tawag dito? Pag disconnect tayo, class, kindly rejoin. Okay? Yung mga available. So, let's have an example here. Tandaan to may balik-baliktad pag ginagawa nyo. Okay. So, convert 160 degrees and negative 300 degrees in radians. Okay? Or in radian measure. So, una, 160 degrees. Isipin nyo na lang, class. Yung iba dyan maguguluhan. Ano ba gagawin ko dito? Pi over 180 or 180 over pi? iisipin mo lang, ano bang given degree? So para mawala si degree, kailangan nasa baba yung degree measure, 180. Okay? Ganyan. So this becomes cancel yung 0. Huwag na kayong mag-multiply dyan, ha? Tapos afterwards, is-simplify nyo din naman. So try to simplify it right away. And this becomes 2. So 9. This is 8. Wala na. So 8 pi over 9. So 60 degrees is equivalent, 160 pala, is equivalent to 8 pi over 9 radians. So sabi ko nga, you don't need to put radian, but at this moment, let's write radian. Next time, we're not going to write radian anymore, okay, as a unit, because it's understood. Nakuha, guys? Naintindihan? Sir, basic naman yung dinidiscuss mo. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's move on. So negative 300 degrees. So paano? Ganun pa rin, pi over 180 degrees. Sabi ko, cancel na lang, wag mo multiply. Okay? And by 3, so 10, negative 10. By 3, this becomes 6. Oh, pwede pa pala. So negative 5, this becomes 3. So the answer is negative 5 pi over 3. So the negative 300 degrees is equivalent to negative 5 pi over 3. Understood, guys? Now look at this. One complete circle is equal, circumference is 2 pi. Diba? 2 pi. Nakuha, guys, diba? And the measure or one complete rotation of a circle is equivalent to degree measure. The angle is 360 degrees. That's why 360 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi if the radius is equal to 1 unit. Okay? And we're talking about unit circle here. Nakuha, guys? Nakuha yun, ha? Hey. Oh, ang daming sagot. Natouch ako
Nakuha
dun,
po.
ha? Okay. Okay, so, next. Eto na, dito na tayo. Again, rejoin. Ito na yung pinaka-importante. I will explain how to get everything without memorizing those things. Okay? So, 39 na. 4 seconds na lang. I will disconnect and please rejoin. Alright? Bye.